So, we're going to get started by building some flavor in our dish. The dish that we're making, think of bulgur for right now until I talk more about it. This could be rice, okay? Does everybody here eat rice? Okay. So this could be rice. So instead of boiling rice or bulgur, and then maybe adding some things in at the end, sometimes when I make rice or bulgur or other types of grains, I like to start by building flavor in the pan at the beginning. Okay? So we're going to start with an onion. Always a good place to start when you're building flavor. And just a really quick review, I'm sure everybody here knows how to hold a knife, but the way that we like to hold a knife at Essen, people have told us it gives us a little bit more confidence and a little bit more stability. So this is a chef's knife. I'm sure you all know that. This is an 8-inch chef's knife that comes in sizes from 6 inches to 9 inches for the home cook. And I like to choke up on my handle. So I like to play tennis. Maybe you play tennis or golf. I take my 3 bottom fingers and I just choke up on the handle and put them right under the blade, those 3 bottom fingers. Then I put my thumb on the side closest to me and my forefinger on the other. I find this gives me a lot more stability and a lot more control. All right, and then I have my onion. This is a red onion, just a little sweeter. A regular yellow onion or white onion would work well. And I keep the hairy end of the onion on to the very end. It holds everything together. Okay, so there is no one way to chop an onion, as we know, or peel an onion. This is how I find makes my life the easiest, so therefore I do it the quickest. So I'm cutting off the non-hairy end of the onion first. Okay, so the hairy end is still on. I went for the non-hairy end, and now I have a nice solid base, so it makes it a lot easier for me to cut something that's round. So anything round, I get a little flat section, and now I have a nice solid base. You can even hear it. Okay. So my one power tool of the day, this is called an immersion blender. And what I like about it is we're going to use it a little bit later for our soup, okay, to puree our soup. So I'm going to put my blade on. It has different attachments. And these are about $50. The attachment we're going to use now comes with it, this little extra kit. And I'm not a big mini person, but this little mini chopper. And then here's my motor that I can put on my mini chopper. And it works out really, really well. You could also just use a blender for this, or you could just use store-bought breadcrumbs and then hand chop everything else that's going in here. So you can just do this by hand. So I'm just going to take a piece of bread. Nothing fancy, whatever you like for your sandwich bread. Okay. This one's whole wheat because that's what I force my kids to eat. It doesn't have to be whole wheat. They would get very excited if it was with white. And then I'm going to take some pine nuts. If you don't like pine nuts or aren't used to using them, you could use any kind of nut that you might like, but I like the texture and the flavor you get from nuts. It's also a nice little nutritional boost. And then, I guess I'm on a little bit, we'll see, of a nut and dried fruit kick today. I'm putting in some golden raisins. Just, again, they add a nice natural sweetness, but just a little bit, okay? And then some fresh herbs. I have this one herb here, and I'm going to pass a little bit around. That looks a little sad. It's called marjoram. Marjoram, if you're familiar with oregano, it's in the same family, but I think of it as a little bit more lemony. You don't have to use marjoram. If you like thyme, you could use thyme. If you're not into herbs, you can leave it out, but it adds something a little special to this dish. Rosemary would work well, whatever you like. And then I'm going to put in a nice, healthy portion of some fresh chopped parsley. And I'm happy to show it to everybody. What I like about working with flounder is the fillets. They're not called fillets when they're fish, they're fillets. They're really relatively small. They're individual serving size pieces. They're nice and malleable. They're easy to work with, perfect for rolling up. The rolling up just is that little extra touch that makes it look nice. It doesn't take that long.